Hi guys, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Backpacking UK, the YouTube channel that's all about hiking, backpacking and wild camping. Right, welcome to my lightweight backpacking gear loadout. So I used all this gear for the Dales Way, which is an 80-mile hiking trail. So temperatures during the day got up to about 17-18 degrees C, but during the night it got down to about -1, -2. So I wanted to be lightweight, but I also wanted to make sure I had some lightweight winter gear with me. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to list all of this backpacking gear in the description with weights, with prices and with links to buy. So if you're interested in any of this, or you're going to try and create your own setup, do use that as a resource. Now I've also got backpacking gear loadouts for the West Highland Way. Total weight was 15 kilos. Cumbria Way total weight was 12 kilos. I've got an ultralight one which is about 4 kilos, and I've got my on ones which are about 7 or 8 kilos. Now all of this, including water, food and my AV gear, was just under 10 kilos. I think it was 9.7 kilos. So you often hear about people talking about base weight. Well, the base weight for this, I'm guessing, would have been about 7 kilos. But when I add all this up, I'm going to put that in the description. I'm not one of those people that's trying to be cool, trying to make myself look better than everyone else out there. This is what I actually use. So let's get cracking. So first of all is my tent. So it's a Terra Nova Solar Photon 2 backpacking tent. Now this is a 2-person tent that weighs under 1 kilogram. Now you can currently buy it for about £450. The Dales Way wasn't a trail where you really needed trekking poles at all. I tend to use trekking poles if there's a lot of elevation. A lot of the Dales Way was in the valleys with a few sort of humps in it. So I wanted something that was super lightweight but had its own pole structure. So that's the backpacking tent that I used. The backpack that I used was the Atom Packs The Pulse 50 litre backpack. So this is a sub 1 kilogram backpack. It's fairly stripped down, but it's lovely. It is so well made, and it's actually made in the Lake District in the UK. So 50 litre backpack. So I personally prefer to have slightly more capacity because I find insulation, whether it be like quilts, sleeping bags or sort of cold weather top and bottoms, can be really bulky. So I like to have that extra literage in there. So although these don't weigh a lot, they take up a lot of space. So that's a little top tip there. So 50 litre backpack, I'll do a full review on this. It's also got like hip belt pockets, nice big side pockets, front stash pocket. Now I also used the Atom Packs thru. Now this is the small one. I'd recommend the small one because you can't overload it. So this is the small version and it was absolutely brilliant. It's actually super comfy. Didn't think I'd like wearing one, but I am a convert. So my sleep system that I used was my new Optimus 850 fill power quilt. Now this has got a ton of lofting. It lofts up lovely. It's got a zip at the back. You have to cinch the toe box still. It's got a couple of like pad straps, but it's so nice and comfy, so much loft. It really, if you wrap it around you, really does keep you nice and warm. I think it's about £215. Again, this is from UK company that is. So I paired that with my Light or R7.5 winter sleeping pad. Now the biggest lesson I've learned this winter is these high R value sleeping pads are a genuine game changer. Forget all of this. This gives me so much warmth. Like, I would recommend, I don't mind which one you go for, but I'd highly recommend people to invest in a high R value sleeping pad. Superb. Now, one thing I did change towards the end of last year is I've changed to a proper foam core pillow. I tried a Thermarest one, but I've settled on the Cedar Summit one. Again, it's got a big pack size, but it's so lovely and comfy. Your head doesn't rock around. It's just lovely, and my sleep has genuinely changed. As you can see, it's quite big. Again, this is the reason why I tend to go for a higher volume backpack. So as we're talking about insulation, I took my Nature Hike down booties. Now these are cheap as chips, but they are like, it's like putting your feet in ovens. They are unbelievable. Everyone should have down booties. Merino wool base layer bottoms. Merino wool's just so warm. It's two of my sort of more expensive purchases that are now wouldn't be without is my Primaloft synthetic filled sort of insulating bottoms, which are unbelievable, and a jacket as well. Now, one thing I would say is these are brilliant down to 0 degrees, maybe -1, -2. That's where their limit is, I'd say. Anything colder than that, I personally would look at getting down bottoms and a down jacket. But these are brilliant. Another UK company, designed for UK conditions. If they get damp, they still keep you warm. So some of the electrical items that I've got my Garmin Messenger. So if you've got no phone signal, you can still message people with this. It keeps the missus happy. This has allowed me to go out a lot more than I used to. My Nightcore, like a power brick. This is a 20,000 one. I've got the 10,000 and 5,000 as well. Personally, I think Nightcore power banks, for how much power they can provide your items, they're really like, you just want to try and keep them warmer if possible, as I suppose with all power banks. Got a Nightcore head torch, been using this for winter running all winter. It's absolutely superb. It's really light as well. A Flex Tail Max Pump. This is the very latest version, doubles up as a lantern. It's got loads of power, which suits sort of pumping up these winter sleeping pads. It's really good. It's got lots of different settings for the lantern as well. That's a great addition. I've got a pack liner, it's about a tenner. These are not waterproof, but this is super light, super cheap way of keeping all your gear completely waterproof. Got my Nalgene Canteen P bag, absolute game changer. I actually had that imported from the States. Katadyn B3 water filter. Now, my water bottle, you can't put hydration reservoirs inside these Atom Packs backpacks, not the Pulse anyway, but it's got big side pockets, so you have to use water bottles. Now this 850ml smart water bottle you probably get from your local shops, it's 32 grams. It weighs nothing. That is an ultralight trick, that is. Then I've got my little sponge, weighs nothing, gets all condensation off your tent before you pack away. I'll never be without one of these. So a bit more comfy wear. I've got these core mitts and a neck thingy, weigh absolutely nothing at all, but keep you super warm. On my feet, So I had some darn tough mid-weight socks, and then some darn tough lightweight socks, and then some Ingigi inner socks. These together, the lightweight ones with the inner Colmax socks, is absolutely heaven for your feet. These Ingigi things are about 12-15 quid. Put a link to them. Buy them off Amazon, absolutely superb. Darn tough socks, last forever. I think they're guaranteed for life. Now, I was actually using these new Salomon DRX Defy gravel runners. Now, because I knew the run up to the Dales Way was dry, I knew the Dales Way itself was going to be dry, maybe a little bit of dew in the morning, but it was going to be hot. One thing I learnt last year the hard way is my feet really do swell when I do a lot of miles. I think I did 24 miles, 33 miles and 27 miles. These are really light, really airy, really quite grippy as well, or grippy for dry conditions anyway. They've got a fair bit of support. It's got this active chassis in there as well. These were fantastic. It's got this energy foam, and you genuinely can feel a bit of bounce, which when you're tanking along, fast hiking, it works really, really well. I took my Ilkley Frogskins sunglasses and my Garmin Epix Pro. This watch, I had all my activities fully logged on this watch, and when I got home I had 7%, so it lasted the full length of the Dales Way without charge. It's superb, that is. Now, what was wearing when it was colder, so I had my Fjällräven Keb Agile hiking trousers, which is a proper little treat. These are quite expensive, a couple of £100, but they're like a lightweight soft shell, loads of stretch. They're just so comfy. It's the short leg version because I'm vertically challenged. Then the Artilect Boulder Merino base layer. As you can see, it's got light fabric under your pits, but it's their lightest weight one, so you don't sweat out, but it still keeps you warm. It's like the perfect thing to wear underneath in certain conditions. Now, I took a heavier weight t-shirt with me for when it was colder, and then I've got my Encore hoodie. Again, this weighs nothing, but the warmth to weight ratio from this Encore stuff, Primaloft again, is off the scale. It's so good. Then for when it was hot, I had just had my Nike Aero Swift running shorts, this OEX t-shirt, which has got the thinnest back, which is brilliant when you're pairing it up with a lightweight backpack that doesn't have a suspended mesh back. So that really did help me sweat less. And then a mountain equipment t-shirt as well. I was doing a lot of miles, it was hot, I was getting a bit sweaty. Me personally, for the sake of what that probably weighs, what's 50 grams, I'd rather take an extra t-shirt. Then I took my Sea to Summit towel with me. This is like a large towel that it's so thin it weighs literally nothing. I think it's called the Airlight. It dries quite fast as well. And then I had a stripped down first aid kit and wash bag. So in here I've got like plasters, Compeed, ibuprofen, paracetamol, shampoo and shower gel combined. Had a couple of like rubbish bags. I always take a couple of these sort of sticky strip things, so they're brilliant for like patching up your tent or patching up anything really. They're really quite good. Just toothbrush, toothpaste. I even took a little can of deodorant as well. So This little lot took me from Ilkley to Windermere in the Lake District in 3 days. It kept me cool when it was boiling hot during the day, and it kept me warm when it was freezing cold at night. And to do this for a base weight of around about 7 kilos is really quite good, I think. I should also say, so 850ml bottle, that is obviously 850 grams of fluid, so including that, around about 900 grams. I took probably, I'm guessing, food and snacks, guessing was around about 1 kilo. I'll just show you all the food I took with me, and I got all of it from Base Camp Foods. Right, so while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I'll show you what food I've got for the next few days before I eat it all. So all of this came from Base Camp Food. So I've got 2 Summit to Eat meals. I've got a chicken tikka with rice, which is absolutely amazing, as is chicken fajita with rice. I've had them before and they're just some of my absolute favourites. Then for breakfasts, I've got a blah band oat porridge with chocolate and banana. And then the next day, I've got a real field meal, like real turmeric. I think this is apple and cinnamon porridge from memory. Then I've got 2 coffees for tomorrow. I've got 2 coffees for the next day. They're lattes, so I don't need any milk. I've got these Science and Sport Rest Plus, so we'll have one tonight and one tomorrow night to just really help relax your muscles before you go to bed. If you find you really struggle at the end of the day, they're well worth a go. Don't taste very nice, but they do work. Then I've got some big miles tomorrow, so I've got some little High Five energy gummies and another pack the next day as well. And then some snacks. I've got a Talk organic ginger cake for one day, and then I've got an organic carrot cake for the next day. And then this is something totally new to me. This is a real meal, pink Himalayan salted caramel bar, so I'm going to give that a go. So I've also got a spoon for my coffee, spoon for these big bags because they're quite deep and it just saves you getting all food all over your hands. But what I intend to do is get some snacks while I'm en route, because I can with the Dales Way, and also a proper lunch as well. And this is my Worldside Adventures Fevlite 700 stove. So you get a 700 milliliter titanium Tokes pot. The lid, I also took my Soto lighter, which is absolutely brilliant bit of kit. And the actual stove itself is a spirit burner stove. I used a 125 milliliter fuel bottle, but as you can see I used about 2/3 of it, and then you've actually got the crazy light stove itself. And just the other items to get to this 9.7 kilos was some of my AV gear. Personally, I was dead chuffed with all this gear. I really was. I wouldn't, for this trip, I wouldn't have changed any of it, and it's a fantastic feeling when that happens because there was no regrets. So what I'd do is have a look in the description so you can see the weights, the prices and the links to all this gear. Check out my Dales Way video because it highlights just how good that Dales Way hiking trail really is. It had a superb time with the most amazing weather. And have a look at some of my other backpacking gear loadout videos. because if anything, it just gives you an idea of the types of backpacking setups that I've got and the gear that I use, and I've used a hell of a lot of gear. But thanks for watching, and hope to see you backpacking soon. Cheers.